Greetings, friends, in the UATV studio, and today our guest is Yuliia Seniuk, better known as Josephine Jackson, an actress and a model. Greetings, Yuliia.
Hello.
So, we are very glad to see you in our studio, and we would like to talk about your activities, about your support of Ukrainian soldiers, especially after they've been injured. We know recently you've made a calendar, a charity calendar to support Ukrainian soldiers who returned from war and they have
I,
some severe injuries, including amputations. We would like to ask you why you do that and what's the most difficult thing about that.
I didn't do that yet, but we are going to. Now we just did that photo session in the theater, but we are going to print calendars and, of course, to sell them to collect more money for the center. Exactly for the center, rehabilitation center, who is doing endoprothesis. Yes, I'm correct.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes. So it's like a new technology where you put the titanic implant inside the
Yeah, the human bone, it is a more
yes, inside the
profound.
bone. Yes,
Yeah.
exactly, inside the bone. And this is the only one center in Ukraine who do this kind of operations. So that's why I'm very interested to promote them and help them more and more.
Okay, and maybe what's the most difficult thing about working with our defenders uh, who returned home without their limbs?
Uh, you know, it's very difficult to tell about the difficulties because, first of all, I'm not the rehabilitator or I'm not the psychotherapist. I'm just a born actress who helps to, I don't know, to to stay the normal people. I'm trying just to behave with them like they're not special because I'm not sure that they would like to to feel themselves special. Of course, better to be like a normal people. Of course, they are special, but not because they are injured, but because they're heroes. You know, to not let them feel this sadness for them, but more fun. So I'm there, first of all, for that. And I don't feel any difficulty is in that. Of course, if we're talking about physical rehabilitation or emotional rehabilitation, so the real therapists can say more about that. Of course, it's difficult. Of course, I mean, we can't imagine how difficult it can be for them and for soldiers.
Yeah, that's actually the most important part to make them feel human, make them feel like they're one of us, they're not strange, they're not different. Maybe the most important thing would be when most of the defenders return home, when they're demobilized. And how do you see our common impact, you as an actress and our society? How should we behave with those people when they return home to make them feel better?
First of all, we need to respect them in any kind, how we can. For example, we can say thank you on the street if we will see them or something like that. But first of all, especially in our country, we are not prepared for that kind of people, especially if they are injured, if they have some disabilities. Uh, just the simple things, like roads, just that special, I don't know how it will be, special enter for instead of stairs. So it's easier. I mean, the easier life. We don't have this in Ukraine at all, and
So,
we need to modify. We need to fight as for this kind of I don't know for this kind of things.
yeah, that,
First of all,
we might say it is a universal design, so people who have limited abilities can be integrated in our society and feel like they're home. That's the
yes,
fact.
Yes, and especially and the same with some emotional things also, because we understand it's very difficult to come back in the normal life here after the war. So we need to do more, let's say, more help. Like I don't know how to explain. Um, like терапії, психологічні терапії.
Yeah, psychology. And maybe you see your professional activity. Could it help veterans feel loved and wanted at home? Because we have a huge problem that after returning home with injuries, our soldiers feel they won't be loved by their wives and loved ones. Do you see your impact here?
Um, Hopefully, that guys with whom I was working with, and I'm working now, almost all of them have really good wives who love them, or some girlfriends. So I'm happy for them. Of course, there are some people who doesn't have, and yeah, maybe if I can help in this way somehow, so why not? I will be happy if, for example, I'm in the photo with them, or maybe speaking with them will help them to feel themselves not, like a man, let's say, like a man.
Okay. And maybe you know some other actors of your industry who do the same or similar thing that you do, who support Ukrainian soldiers. Maybe they are into this or host charity scene.
I would love to know, but unfortunately, I can't say any of them. So maybe some girls, Ukrainian girls, were posting something about the war at the beginning, but they're not so active as me at all. Maybe I'm the only one, but I hope that maybe they will take example from me and will start something too.
We hope too. And the closing question, we are now recording this interview for our Western audience in the United States, United Kingdom, and other English-speaking countries. Maybe you have a special message that you want to translate, to convey to them.
I think it's not only my personal message, but probably all Ukrainians at all, that Americans and Europeans should understand that this war is not only touch us, but sooner or later it will touch them. It's just a question of time. And of course, now they have their problem and they think it's somewhere very, very far. But we need to understand. I understood that when the war just started. I understood that it will never come back to the normal. It will never come back to the past. So we need to prepare, and very sad that other countries doesn't help us, and they just, I don't know, doesn't care. So they need just to think about it, like it's not only our war, it's also there, and they can be involved soon or later, and if they don't want it, they need to help us more.
Yeah, thank you very much. Indeed, many world leaders are stating that Ukraine is now holding the war outside of other European countries, and the United States out of war too, in fact. Thank you very much, Yuliia, for your activities, for what you're doing, and for being in our studio today. Thank you again.
Thank you for inviting me.
Of course. So, friends, Yuliia Seniuk, or Josephine Jackson, was in UATV studio today. We asked questions, and she answered in easy terms for us. And we hope that those activities that she's promoting will help Ukrainian defenders rehabilitate and return to normal life better.